Alright guys, it's been raining every day, so I ain't been able to work on this truck at all since I did that line. That motorcycle, I ain't even messed with it for about 2-3 months. The battery been dead. I need to get a battery. But like I said, I'm not really into riding no more. But it's been raining every day, so I ain't been able to work on this truck at all. Now, yesterday I did come out and put that line under the hood, the one I took off. And I pulled a couple of hoses off the fast pump down here. I'm getting ready to do what's called a bucket test. And just see if I can show y'all real quick. Okay, what I've done, I got a, oh man, that some bitch is still leaking a little bit. Okay, what we got is we got this fast pump under here, okay? We got the fast pump right there. And what I did was I took the return line right there. Okay, not the return line, that's the suction line right there. I took off the original line, that's the suction of pickup line, goes into the tank, because I'm gonna bypass the tank. And over here, this here's the return line. It normally goes up there into the fill neck of the tank up here, to the fill neck, to where you normally, it goes back into the tank. That's the return line, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna get the 5-gallon bucket won't fit. This here's the pickup line, what normally goes into the tank. And this here's the return line. I got a hook to that pump. I went and bought a 2-gallon bucket yesterday, okay? So here in a couple of hours, I'm gonna come out here and I gotta go get some diesel. I got a diesel can. I gotta go get about 3 gallons of diesel. And in that 2-gallon bucket, I'm gonna put like a gallon, gallon and a half. And then I'm gonna come up underneath the hood here, okay? I have a pressure gauge, a fuel pressure gauge that I can hook that has a quick connect. Y'all see that Schrader valve right there? This here is a Schrader valve for the fuel line. It goes straight that away into the CP3 pump. The fuel line hooks right in here. This is going in right there and hooks right up, right pretty much to that Schrader valve, okay? Y'all see where the hose hooks right there? That's pretty much to that Schrader valve. I have a gauge, a pressure gauge, that I'm gonna take the gauge off of and use just the hose to prime the system. I'm gonna turn that pump on. I'm gonna use the bucket test to bypass the tank altogether in case it's the pickup line in the tank. And I'm gonna test all of this right here. I'm gonna prime it right there with that, see if it runs. If it runs good, then I'm gonna let it set for like 20 minutes. If it runs back to the tank, that'll mean that the check valve in the fast pump is bad. Or if it blows bubbles in the diesel, well, I got the 5-gallon, it's gonna be a 2-gallon, but while I'm doing the bucket test, if it blows bubbles in it, then we know that the fast pump is bad. But right off the bat, the check valve in the fast pump I think is bad. And I'm not really trusting Star Diesel. I'm thinking that the injector right up underneath here, you understand, if you got a scan tool, and my old lady's fucking purse thing is stuck here. I don't have a phone like this, so I'm using hers. But up underneath this here tube right here, there's an injector right up underneath it, one of the injectors. That's the one, if they changed it to scam my son, okay, because you could take an old injector, put it in there, program it in, knowing that it's bad and it's gonna go out in a day or two. You understand, to make more money, because when I went in there to pay the bill before my son arrived to give him the money, there was an injector that looked just like these laying on their desk, okay? Now, in the way this truck is acting, so with the bucket test, while I'm running it off the bucket, if it still runs like shit, then I know it's gonna be the injectors, and it's got that bad knock and it's starved for fuel like it is, then I'm gonna have to put a scan tool on it while it's running, and I hate that because it's gonna damage the CP3 pump. But I might end up having to change both the pickup lines in the tank, the pickup straw, and if the CP3, or if the fast pump isn't working right, that's an old fast pump, rather than rebuild it, we'd probably just buy a whole new one. It's like $700-800 bucks. But if it's destroyed this here CP3 pump, the CP3 pump is about another $800 bucks just for the part. And the injectors, if I want to change them all, that's about $3,000, but I'll find the one that's bad, it'll be about $300-400 just to get that one. Then I'll have to get a scan tool that can program that injector, okay? Yeah, but I'm suspecting there's a possibility that that shop, okay, he was mentored by Delgado's. Okay, Delgado's here in Galveston. We took him a red truck one time, and he claimed he changed the body control module. I had the body control module out before and after. Before, he claimed he changed it. Took it to him, he claimed to change it, and then we brought it back. It went out 3 months later. I took it out again. It was the exact same one. He opened it up, he tore it open, broke it up, and blew it out. So when I bought a new one, I couldn't even get the core charge on it because of what Delgado did to it. But that's not the worst of it. When we had taken him that truck, a week before, we'd put a brand new window regulator in the door, okay, in the passenger side door. Brand spanking new. And Delgado had the truck for a week. It came back a week later. That brand new regulator that we'd put in that door went out 1 week later. And my son went out there, took the door panel off. It wasn't a brand new one that we put in there that was in there no more. This one even had duct tape on it. So Star Diesel, Richard was mentored by Delgado. And even if Richard ain't doing it, that new guy he's got working in there, Ron's intentionally talking to the techs behind Richard's back, somebody. But even then, man, that's way too expensive. They charged Joey $600 for an air filter one day and to do a regen. A regen and an air filter. On this one right here, guys, the air conditioner stopped working. I told my son, it's that valve stem right there. The valve stem's leaking. Let's just change that valve stem. We can recharge the air conditioner. No, I'm going to take it to Star Diesel. They charged him $800 for that fucking valve stem that I could have did for $10, okay? But you know what? I think he's starting to learn now, okay? He wants to give me attitude and all this shit. And listen, man, you're my son, but I can't really do this work no more, man. That's why I quit working, because I'm too old, man. I ain't worked in so many years, man, in this fucking heat now. It's so much, I'm not used to it. Okay, I don't have a shop. I used to have a garage, a place where I could do this work. I don't have it no more. I lost my shop area and everything when Hurricane Ike and Hurricane Rita. Okay, everything I had. Places to work. It's just what it is. But you know what? Right now, the white truck's at Kaiser Automotive because it sprung a leak and water got on all the electronics and fried it. Yeah, so my son's having a hard time. This truck is still down where he done paid $1,300, $200 for a tow and $1,100 to Star Diesel, and it came back worse than what it was. So, yeah, and then the fuel pump went on the red one. All three of them broke down. This is all after Harvey Freebird shit. So, and last night I got a message from one of them telling me how he's going to cut the fuel line on this truck. With that, I'm done. I got a lot of work to do today. I got to go inside, wash my dishes, look at my grass because it's been raining every day. That shit's growing fast. I really got to mow the grass. If I mow the grass, I ain't got time to mess with this. But sometime today, I'm going to get that bucket test done. I got to put the fuel right there in a bucket. I got to bleed the Schrader valve to purge the system, all the air out of it. Then if the truck runs, I know I got something going on. When that guy's way out.